And now it's hot.
Woo! Welcome back to the Max
and Mo
Hot
or Huff show.
Yeah, baby.
I am Mo Hall Johnson.
I am Max Thomas.
And we decided things are hot or Huff.
That's right. That's right. Let's explain the rules to the folks about how we work with hot or Huff.
So hot means something is good.
Yes.
Huff means something is bad. So we look at current events, news, music, art, everything that's happening in our world and everything that we care about, and we decide if it's hot, meaning good, or Huff, meaning bad, based on the conversations that we have and the verdicts that we give. Some of you may think, who are y'all to judge stuff? I'm me to judge. That's something Mark Maron would say. I'm
me to judge. Exactly.
I'm positive that's something he said. I get to judge what I think is hot.
And sometimes there's some things that could be hot and Huff at the same time. We call those Huff. Huff. You know,
you remove David and his hassle.
Yeah, exactly.
You take what's left.
You remove David and his hassle.
Right. You take David and his problems, and then we take.
That's right.
We take what's left.
Because you're sitting on the floor eating a Wendy's.
Yes.
So essentially, that's what Hot or Huff is. Thank you all so much for being here with us. We have things that we want to talk about, and we would love for you to give us your opinion on whether or not you think these things are hot or Huff.
Yeah, so please comment below. Please, we love to have an open dialogue.
Yeah, also like, share, subscribe.
That's right.
And
send to your enemies.
Yeah, no, dislike it, disagree. Get in there and get mad at me.
Yes.
Get in there and tell me that I pronounced the word wrong.
We need that.
Okay? Pterodactyl. If the P's gonna be there, it should say something.
It should be pterodactyl.
Right.
That's what I feel about Panoma. You know, I'm about to get some Panoma outside.
Panemionia. Panemone.
Anemone, an enemy, anemone, an enemy, anemone, and Nemo, and another me.
Look, Marlon and his son lived in that Panemone.
Yes.
That dang Panemone. Oh, goodness.
You know what that word sounds like what I feel about one battle after another. It's got me in a Panemone. You know, I'm gonna create a word.
It got me in a Panasonic.
A Panasonic, baby. It does.
Oh, it got me in a Pandora.
If I talk to any white person, best film they've ever seen in their life. Best film they've ever seen in their life. They said, forget Sophie's Choice. They said, forget Schindler's List. It is one battle after another.
Sophie chose this movie to put on that list.
That's right, for real.
Sophie picked that one. Oh, goodness. No,
it
one
kills
battle.
me. Because I'm so happy that, yes, I'm so great, so filled with gratitude to see that a black woman, specifically Tiana Taylor, is getting so much shine. And that she's about to play Dionne Warwick. I think that is a great pick.
That's awesome.
But I also cannot believe that she was only in, 30, 35 minutes of that film. And the whole time I had to see her be sexualized by these two white men. And I know that there's going to be people like, that's the point. But in 2026, I feel like all of us know that is the point, but I don't have to see that.
You don't have to like the point.
You don't have to like the point. Just give me something new. This still was a film where you still had black people playing background actors to all of these white people in this film. I think probably some of the best of that film was Benicio del Toro. Because Benicio del Toro brought us to 2026.
Oh, that boy get down every time he's in a movie.
Down
every time he in something, no matter how big or how small. He's my favorite Wolfman.
Bro, yes, me too.
He's my favorite Wolfman.
I agree.
Of all time, he's my favorite Wolfman.
He is one of those guys where like when you think about like a Michael Jordan figure, or like a Usain Bolt, you know what I mean? Mm-hmm. And then they use, like the announcers use those terms like, mama, there goes that man. That's how I feel about Benicio del Toro. Like that man right there, bad, cold-blooded. He just has it. Yeah. He just has it.
No, he has range.
He does.
Silly. He could be serious.
He is Curry from the logo. He could shoot anything.
Right, literally that. I look at one battle after another, and I'm just like, this. And to your point about like you not liking it and people going, that's the point. I think about like how some people will go, I don't like sour Skittles because they're sour, and people will go, well, that's the point. And I'm like, cool. I said I don't like sour.
So why the hell?
I said I don't like that type of Skittle.
Isn't that like what's the jelly bean everybody hates? Is that banana? What's the one that like universally everybody hates?
It's the banana. I think
it is banana. But
I know
it's
it's
like
banana. Banana Laffy Taffy.
Why you keep bringing that in? Why you keep putting that in the mixture?
And for the people who love it, good for you. There should be a specialty bag where you can eat all banana. And if you have 3 in a row and you stop liking them, you don't like them that much.
That's right. That's right.
You like them in a real specific context.
You know what? Actually, that zooms out. That is actually a solid point. Because that's technically what Paul Thomas Anderson films are. Because, you know what I mean? Because like in one... it's the truth. I think some of us, we've seen... it's the truth. We've seen Magnolia. That whole scene with the frogs falling. You're like, I don't know what this is. I didn't do Molly today. But when you look at like Boogie Nights, you're like, okay, we're putting something together here.
Okay.
I'm
good.
There will be blood.
Good.
You know, I abandoned my son. I abandoned my boy. Like, you're like, this makes sense. This makes sense. But then when you look at one battle after another, and I'm thinking to myself the whole time watching Leonardo DiCaprio, and I get it, this white guy who's making the bombs for like an Antifa group, and him being this guy that's like, you know, the white dude where he's like, man, I didn't pay attention and stuff. I was just here to make the bombs. I'm smoking weed and I'm trying to take care of this daughter and her mother left, blah, blah, blah. I get what we're doing here. More a striking new script for me would have been Tiana Taylor saying, you know what, Leonardo DiCaprio, you've been taking advantage of our group too long and everything. I gotta peace out from you. Or I've got to dip from you because the FBI maybe is coming to get you. And I feel like you're going to turn on us. I can't trust you. You know what I mean? If this is your daughter, I can't trust you. Me and my family, we got to go out. Got to go into hiding. And these are, and I'm sorry, I'm giving you all spoilers. But seeing all of that, seeing the fucking with Sean Penn, I was like, I do not see this. She is written in the way that historical accuracy, black men in revolutionary work, not all of us,
but
there's a lot of us.
Enough that warrants conversation.
Who are turncoats. There's enough of us. Eldridge Cleaver wrote Soul on Ice. Yes. At the same time, he was one of the biggest donors and campaign leaders for Ronald Reagan. How do you do that? How do you become the person that? How do you help a person that put Huey behind bars?
I've seen enough.
Is it crazy?
I've seen enough.
So it's just like that's not historical accuracy to me. Asada Shakur, Afeni Shakur, Catherine Cleaver, Angela Davis. None of these women that we have all celebrated our entire lives, we know. None of these people. Shit, I'm gonna throw Gloria Steinem in there in terms of like any women for the women's liberation. Grace Lee Boggs. None of these women would have turned on their people. Showed that they ever turned on their people, and none of these women would have left their child.
You know, you go back further. Fannie Lou Hamer.
Wales, so that ain't the Sojourner Truth.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Ain't gonna be leaving, you can.
No, they did not get down like that.
They did not get down
C.J. Walker
like that,
didn't even get down like that.
I was like, what?
None of them got down like that. None revolutionary black women did not get down.
No.
Like that. And another thing, and this is like a sillier point that I still stand by. Stop putting Leonardo DiCaprio next to black people. Yes. I was done at Django.
I agree.
I was done at Django.
Agree.
I'm over it.
I know.
I'm over it.
Well, there are some white people that they feel like we have to put. Like when you looked at Hedda, I started that. Not gonna get in that right now. But if you look at the opening credits, who's the executive producer? Brad Pitt. You know, and I remember what is the stand-up comedian's name? Black man. He used to write for Conan, and I cannot remember his name right now. Winnock, something Winnock. Winnat.
We're just gonna Google it. We're just gonna Google it.
But I just remember that he said, Brad.
I'm just gonna Google it.
He said Brad Pitt is executive producer on so many black films. It makes me think that he took a 23andMe and found out that his family was responsible for some shit. You know what I mean? Like,
gotcha.
it is. I don't know. I think that Leonardo DiCaprio was solid in his character. I think the shots, all that stuff was great. But the fact that Regina Hall did not have a multi-dimensional character in there, she's just playing, I'm here to save this white man and my goddaughter. Tiana Taylor, I do not believe would have ever said in that character, let's fuck while the bomb goes off. What black woman is saying that in movement work? Also, this Antifa group, let's also keep it a full buck, is mostly white people. You know what I mean? They're modeling after a group where there's many times when we would have to like go do jail support for you. You would have now Antifa, something, but there's a lot of times I'm gonna say as a person that has been a community organizer in the city of Chicago, I don't always get down. I don't get down with Antifa really. Because a lot of times I've been in marches, I've been in protests, I've been at activations where Antifa's like, yo, let's put these bricks in front of you so you can throw them at the police and shit. And I'm like, no, that's not what this is. Because you're going to get away.
Right.
They're going to arrest me.
You can throw the bricks at them.
Yes.
You can, because honestly, if you threw the bricks at them, they would arrest me.
Yes.
Like if you, like I've been at actions where like a cop has been like, why'd you throw that? And I'm like, somebody up there, yards away, threw that at you.
That's right. Yes.
And I'm the black person you made eye contact.
Exactly.
Like, and make no mistake, fuck you, you deserved it, but I didn't do it.
No.
Just because you got what was coming to you doesn't mean I sent it to you.
That's right. That's right.
Like, I'm glad you got hit in the face with that fucking brick. I hope another person throws it at you.
Come on.
I don't have a brick.
No.
And it came from a different direction.
That's right.
Like,
but you'll be the first target. You'll be the first target.
I'm glad you got hit, but I did not do that. Like, I'm glad that happened to you.
No.
It wasn't me.
No.
And you know, I do find stuff like that fascinating. I find black film fascinating. And I feel like black film is heavy in conversation right now.
What do you mean? You mean black led films? Or do you mean black created film? Films that are created by black people?
I do mean a bit of both, but I'm more invested now currently in finding, and I couldn't find the stand-up's name on Google. So I'm gonna look again later when we have more time to point towards it. I'm interested in black created films. Absolutely. More so now. It's one of those like people can pay black people to be in something, but that doesn't mean it. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, you could make me the regional manager of this Popeyes. You could put that Popeyes lady on all the commercials. Popeye the Sailor Man is a white man, and the company is white.
Yeah.
And so I'm more interested in like.
And it isn't wild because that black woman that did the Popeyes thing, no, she went to Yale for theater.
She went to Yale.
She's a Yale repertory school.
Buy my chicken. Woo, my chicken. Mm-hmm.
And let's also be real. Because I'm sure she was able to pay off her Yale. I'm sure she was able to pay a mortgage. Shit like that. She did a thing. You know what I mean? I mean, even the Pine Sol lady. Pine Sol lady is a black woman that started out as a stand-up comedian. Both of her mothers were lesbians and also activists in the South in the 50s and 60s.
Oh, she was getting down.
Yeah, so she and interracial relationship. So.
Oh, they had it.
Yeah. So it's interesting. It's like when you go back, you always look at that backstory. You're like, damn, bro, you've been doing radical. This is you just say, hey, cut the check.
Yeah, no, and that happens with a lot of radicals and their children. Where like where the parents would be so radical and the kids are like, I'm tired, and I don't want to do none of that because y'all was always in trouble.
Shit. Also, but also, I think that's
like a lot of
I don't even think necessarily even assimilation. I think that what we're talking about, and same thing going back to Tiana Taylor, it all is cyclical, right?
Yeah.
It's what are the roles that you could get?
Yeah.
Just as you're saying. Which is absolutely right. Because what you're bringing up is that if we're creating it, if we actually are responsible for the narratives, then those kind of things don't happen.
Yeah, like we get to be allowed to be varied. And that's why I'm more interested in like looking at stuff that Issa Rae has made.
Me too.
Looking at stuff that Ryan Coogler's made.
I agree.
Like looking at stuff that Ashley Green is directing. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like what was the one's name? Misha Green? Misha Green. Mm-hmm. Yeah. I said Ashley Green because I know a person named Ashley Green. That's what happened. I'm just like, That's not. And
I can't remember the great director's name who did Candyman, who just did Hedda. I can't remember her name right now. But yes.
Yeah, like but I'm thinking of all these people who I would rather see, like, and you know, it brings up the Golden Globes because we know Sinners just got did dirty.
It did.
Sinners got did dirty. And
let's talk about the fact that Michael B. Jordan played two characters. Mm-hmm. He played twins. I will say, I believe Fruitvale Station and that, best acting I've ever seen him do in his career are both of those films. Because in fact, he plays twins and then varies them.
Yeah, they are different people. Because a couple of people have been like, he's barely acting. I'm like, you don't think that's two different niggas?
You boys twins? Nah, we cousins.
So subtle.
That's
you got one dude that's Trimmer from World War I, and you got one dude that's literally like a hot shot, like, oh, nothing could touch me.
Yeah, no, like they are very different people.
Very different people.
Like one of them is a family man who had to leave his family once his baby died, and he's just too into what he's into.
That's right.
And the other one is a whore who like white women.
That's it.
Like
that was the other thing that killed me. Wood Harris's part in in One Battle After Another. His whole thing. He had like one or two lines, and one of his lines was like, a white woman starts talking as part of Latifah, and he's like, yeah, that's my snow bunny right there. I was like, what? What? What are we doing?
I'm gonna pull it.
You don't do it. Don't do it.
I can't do it.
I know.
Because they're gonna think I'm him. They're gonna think I'm. No.
I know.
Oh God, I can't do this.
And then you think about it, people like Wood Harris and them never ever got any celebration for doing Paid in Full or for their roles on The Wire or anything like that. It's too easy for them.
I've never seen Paid in Full.
Never seen Paid in Full?
Nope.
Excellent film. But I mean, like when you look at like some of those films that are led by us, like I'm sorry, go back to what you were talking about. What are some films that you've been seeing where you're like, or shows? Like you brought up rap shit earlier.
I love rap shit.
Me too.
I love rap shit, and I am rewatching Insecure.
Oh,
now that I am more secure as a person.
I love that
because
isn't that funny? Now you've kind of met up with the age that was actually in Insecure.
Because when I was younger and Insecure was airing, being in a relationship where like me and my partner were both the problem at the same time. True. I'm like, I can't watch this because there's too much shit going on. And some of it was triggering. Now that I'm 31 and I done calm the fuck down, I'm like, okay, so this is where you tweet. This is where you tweet.
True.
And I'm out of it enough to look at it and be like, it would have been amazing if I wasn't so upset at the show to learn the lesson. Ooh. But that's what good art does. And mind you,
that's why rap shit is hot.
Right. And I never stepped on Issa Rae. I was never like, Issa Rae ain't that good, da 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 da. I would tell people straight up, some about this show triggers me and I can't get through.
Of course.
Some about some of what they touching on triggers me in ways that I can't get through it. Some of this drama, of it reminded me of my parents.
That's right.
Some of it reminded me of like where I am now. Some of it reminded me of where my partner was at that time. Some of it reminded me of like fights I heard my parents get into, and I was not emotionally prepared. I wasn't in enough therapy.
That's right.
Like you can't watch that while just being in therapy.
No,
because I did not.
Or being in a toxic relationship or anything like that. Yeah.
Like you know what I'm saying. Like I saw, and lots of movies do that. I saw Beautiful Boy. And Beautiful Boy is a great film, but I saw Beautiful Boy. That's where Timothy Chalamet is dealing with addiction, and Steve Carell is his dad. And
that's right.
And mind you, this is around the time I was trying to stop drinking alcohol for the second time. And my last stint of alcoholism was probably one of my worst.
Really?
So I couldn't handle that movie. So there are a lot of shows like that. But with Insecure, I'm just like, this is so good that I'm not okay.
Yes.
I can't watch this because I'm not okay. And there's nothing wrong with what Issa Rae did. I know it's me.
No, and that's because all the people behind that. She brought up all these black women directors out of retirement to direct every episode of that show. The showrunners, everything, all black people. And that's what you mean. It's protected. But when we look at like a One Battle After Another, it's not protected by black people creating the dialogue.
Exactly. It's exactly that. And what I think... You know, Denzel Washington talked about, like, it's not race, it's culture. You can't fake the culture.
Yeah.
You can't pretend that culture. And I think that that's very relevant in regards specifically to the award show and the ways in which Sinners got done dirty.
Very true.
I did not expect the Golden Globes to award Sinners.
No,
I did not expect them. And I'm at a point in my life where I don't watch award shows.
Same here.
Because
Same here.
I have never watched a black movie or a black show and gone, I really need white people to weigh in.
For real.
And like this so that this show
That's right.
this movie's
because none of us thought that Moonlight was going to get an Oscar.
Yeah.
None of us. All of us were like, oh, this is going to be done dirty. There's no way that this is going to
And then it did. And I'm like, oh.
Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah. Huh. And even Warren Beatty was like, oh, these old white eyes can't be seeing these niggas on this cover. You know what I mean? He was like, it's got to be La La Land. Remember that? That was crazy to me. Warren Beatty and Faye Dunaway, who played Bonnie and Clyde in like 1967, both looked at this and said, that's La La Land. And then she had to go, no, that's Moonlight. Like, isn't that crazy?
Yeah.
Like,
no, I was torn up, and I'm just like, I'm surprised. I was shocked. And La La Land.
And I love when Barry Jenkins went up there and said, even when we do win, they don't want us to. They just showed us they don't want us to.
Yeah, no, La La Land irked me because I'm just like, you got John Legend in the movie as a waiter, and he don't do jazz. I'm not saying John Legend can't play jazz.
No.
But that is not the genre he's in.
And actually, you're just underlining right now exactly what you just said, Mo. Is that just like what you said that Denzel said? Is that what they were trying to do with John Legend is they were trying to put race in there to be like, this is the validation of that jazz is, we got the jazz. We've got the jazz is being supported by legitimacy in here.
And there's a way to take musicians out of their normal genre and put them in, like Yasin Bey or Mos Def, for those of you who know him as Mos Def.
Yeah.
When he was in what is that movie? What is that movie?
Guide to the Galaxy?
Not that one. Not Hitchhiker's Guide to the Galaxy.
Be Kind, Rewind.
Lackawanna Blues.
Oh, yes.
When he was singing, it's like, oh, because he was Mos Def at the time.
That's
I'm
right.
like, Def ain't rapping? And he was singing, and I'm like, but he could. And we heard him.
That's right.
John Legend didn't play no jazz in that movie.
No.
They didn't give that man a double bass, a piano.
That is insane.
They didn't give him a trumpet, nothing. If he had Duke Ellington out, I would have had no notes. I would have had no notes.
Of course.
I would have had no notes at all, but that's not what they did.
No.
And it's just like they don't want us there. So when Sinners doesn't win a Golden Globe Award, and everybody's like, why didn't he win the award? And I'm like, because white people don't like you.
That's right.
Baby, white people don't
So
like you.
we could definitely say, we could stamp that award shows are Huff.
Award shows are absolutely up. Black art is hot.
Yes, black art is hot.
Black art is hot.
Black
Award
art is
shows
so
is
hot
hot.
that after the Golden Globes, I had white people text me and say, man, isn't this crazy that Sinners didn't win that much? White people are looking at this and saying, damn, I saw that movie. And I can't believe y'all didn't, black folks didn't just run away with all the awards.
No, it was very strange. There was this one white man with glasses who was being interviewed on the carpet who was talking about Sinners. And I do not know his name. So I apologize for not being able to do this conversation as due diligence by looking him up and remembering his name or putting in my notes. I will be better about that next time, I promise. He was talking about how he was sending Ryan Coogler scripts, and Ryan kept saying no because I don't want a sequel. And he was like, well, there are people who want to see themselves represented. Like, people want to see more stuff from Remick or vampires of other races and da-da-da-da-da-da-da. And I'm like, why can't black people make something and y'all just shut the fuck up?
Yes.
Like, why can't black people make something for themselves and y'all? Because why is a white man talking about, well, they want to see them represented in your world? They're in the world. They're the bad guys.
That's
Shut
right.
up.
Shut up.
Like, you have every
Shut
other
up.
fucking vampire.
That's like when Toni Morrison used to get those interviews. Why do you do black stories? She's like, I'm not writing black literature. I'm writing stories from the lens that I see humans. I see a black woman in Sula. I don't see a white woman when I think about Sula. I don't.
I would never see a white woman in the bluest eye.
In the bluest eye.
That don't make no goddamn sense.
It don't make no damn sense.
It don't make any sense. And what irks me, I don't see white people in the color purple, except for when they was messing with.
You're right. You're right.
You know what I'm saying?
You're right.
I don't see that. And what irks the hell out of me is this whole like we just had Nosferatu a year ago.
Yes.
We got other vampire movies. Every vampire movie, every piece of horror, all
Ain't
of
no
that
black
shit.
person say, man, why aren't the black people in 1800 and something London all up in Nosferatu's house?
Like, why aren't these British people in a German town?
Yeah.
How come there's no niggas in the German town with British accents?
First of all, if black people were in that movie, they say, turn on some lights. What's going on? Why is it so dark in here?
Like, it's dark all the time.
All the time.
No, the only time I could consider black people in that movie, because I know there were black German people. I know there were black people globally all over the place. Like, the Silk Road and all these other trade roads happened. Like, we had the diamonds, we had the gold, we had the slavery. There's niggas everywhere.
Totally.
But, like, black people walking around at Christmas in Germany, they hitting one of these.
Yes.
And they're going the fucking side.
Going inside. I agree.
And there's no rats in their house because they don't leave food out.
No.
I'm looking at this and I'm just like, y'all have all these movies. Black people make something for themselves, and the first thing white people go is, well, we want representation for ourselves in your world. And I think about that as a hip-hop artist. I think about that as a rapper and a breakdancer, right? I will go into dance spaces and I'll go, hip-hop is a black art form. And they'll go, nuh-uh, it's an art form for everybody. I'm like, you've never had an issue calling salsa Latin.
Never have.
You've never had an issue calling merengue Latin. You know
River
what I'm saying?
dancing,
You've never,
Irish.
Right,
Yeah.
You've never had an issue calling the Debka Middle Eastern, you know what I'm saying? Or any of these other dances from all other places. The cultures that they're from. You would never do that. You would never call Contra, Polka, or any of the other shit any of the things that it is.
That's right.
But the second I say hip-hop is black, you motherfuckers lose their mind.
Yes.
They lose their fucking mind.
Yes, they do.
Y'all lose your mind. And guess what? Me calling salsa Latin dance has never stopped anybody from doing it.
No. It doesn't stop it from being inclusive. Yes.
Yeah, like
you're acknowledging the origin.
Like the acknowledgement of black people's place in hip-hop as its fucking dad.
Yeah.
As its fucking father and mother and all these other things is not me saying you can't pop lock.
No.
But if you act like this, I'm finna start saying you can't pop lock.
Yes.
I see you do a 6-step, I'm pushing you over.
Yes.
I'm gonna trip you. You start footworking. You
I
keep
agree.
you keep playing with me like that.
I agree.
Like it's one of those like, hey, hip hop is black. No, because y'all's definition of inclusion actually means erasure.
Means erasure.
I can say
does.
art is black, and that will not stop you from doing it.
That's right.
Like I've never stopped one person from listening to 50 Cent "Get Rich or Die Trying" because I said 50 Cent is a black man.
That's right.
That is never stopped. What did Michael P. Kyle, you can say it. You can talk.
Oh, I was gonna say Michael P. Shaver is the one who said that.
Oh, Michael P. Okay, cool. Well, Michael P. Shut up. Mike. Shut up. You have every other vampire movie ever made.
That's right.
You do not need representation in a black vampire story.
You do not.
They thought they were hates because these niggas is doing voodoo. Shut the fuck up.
That's right. That's right.
Shut your dumb ass up.
For real.
If you had anything worth saying, I would have known your fucking name. Because I
real.
know Ryan's. Shut the fuck up.
I'm gonna tell you like Denzel
Shut up.
told Ethan Hawke in Training Day, walk your baby nuts around the corner with that shit. For real.
God damn, sockhead ass nigga.
For real.
I'm so sick of it,
For real.
bro.
I hate when there's people like that, man. Like we can't just have. I mean, that was completely an original. That is completely an original film.
People want to see themselves represented in the film. Then they can fucking make it because when we wanted representation, you all said no. The most we got was Laurent in Twilight and Dracula in the Bronx.
Shit, you know who's the black person that white people always want to push out and hoist up as being the representation for all black people is Dave Chappelle. All the time. All the time. And it's insane to me because it's infuriating because it's like I have certain, gripes with Dave Chappelle. One thing I do appreciate is that Dave Chappelle has said many times before that I shouldn't be looked at as the voice of black people. But he allows white people to cart his ass out on SNL and shouldn't be like, I'm about to be the voice of not only black people, of American people, of supposedly of people that are coming from being the downtrodden. And to me, I'm like, man, this dude's just doing wealthy, ignorant man comedy now.
Yeah, no, that's really it. And you mentioned this before. Like Dave has said more than once that like people think I'm from the hood because anytime I criticize Dave Chappelle, it's a bunch of hood niggas that are like, he's authentic, he's like us. And I'm like, this man has said on multiple occasions that he's from the suburbs.
From the suburbs. And he was like the only black person on his block.
And he was the only black person. And people think he's from the hood. And he's
That's
not.
right.
I've even fallen into that.
Yes.
I've even fallen into that thinking that he's more hood.
It's like what we talked about earlier, the monolith thing.
Yeah.
Is that we legitimize each other as black people. Some of us do. Or a lot of us do. We give
enough that it
legitimacy.
warrants conversation.
Yes, we give legitimacy to, if you're from the hood now, you are an accurate depiction of who I want to wave that flag and say, this guy's going to represent me. There's been many black people who have told me, Max, I don't know why you don't lean into any of the stereotypes that any person would put on you, black, white, whatever. And the thing to me is, I always think, we're in 2026. Why in the hell do I have like, that has been left behind with Sammy Davis Jr. This is why it always kills me when people bring up like Sammy Davis Jr. was cooned out, this and that. Dude's the only black person in the room. The dude, he's one person. He's one guy that thought to himself, man, if I tap dance well enough, if I sing well enough, if I play these instruments well enough, maybe hopefully other black people be brought into these spaces. And then we can, because integration was the main thing at that time. That makes sense. I can't knock
it.
Him.
Makes sense in the 1940s to 70s.
It does. In 2026?
Right. After Good Times happened, if you exist in a time where Good Times aired and then went off.
Yes.
We're
Talk
done.
about it. We're done.
And what irks me so much about the ways in which we legitimize each other, and I've been subject to this. Many black people, including black people we both know, didn't think I was valid till I got locked up.
Yes.
There's a lot of niggas that did not think I was valid until I got locked
right.
up. Right? Was not funny enough, was not this enough, was not that enough until I got locked up.
Exactly.
I skateboard, I talk about anime, all this other shit. Mind you, I'm just a black kid that grew up on Tony Hawk. Every kid in my hood, everybody on 87 was playing Tony Hawk. My dad used to gangbang. He was playing Tony Hawk. He would play GTA. Me and my little brother would be like, hey dad, what you doing? And then he'd turn on Tony Hawk and play with us because he liked it.
Yes. Absolutely.
He liked it. You know what I'm saying?
Like that breakdance and like hip hop skateboarding, I mean, that makes sense with any of the subgenres. Skateboarding is not subgenre, but with what's the word I'm trying to look for? Like underground.
It is this revolutionary
thing. It's a revolutionary
and I was
thing.
interviewed
it
about
connected
this
so
years
many
ago.
people.
So many people did that. Like, people asked me in an interview years ago, like, how's come so much skateboarding culture is wrapped up into revolutionary culture? And I'm like, because they're countercultural. And because they're punk.
That's right.
And punk has to be revolutionary. That's why you can't be right wing and be punk, be goth, be alter, any of these other things, because what the fuck are you doing over here?
That's right.
You can't be countercultural if the culture says call black people racial slurs and that's the thing you're doing, you're not countercultural.
No.
Get out.
No.
Get the fuck out.
I completely agree. Yes.
Like, you're a neo-Nazi, get out before we beat your ass.
Yes.
Like, that's
Yes.
where I'm from.
Yes.
So when I look at these monolithic things and the way in which, like, certain black people get treated, I get annoyed because I'm just like, what the fuck are we doing?
Yes.
And then I look at the ways in which we've, like, deified Dave Chappelle to the point where, like, he is not only devoid of critique in some places, but, and someone said this in my comment section when I fried him a couple of weeks ago and lost a couple hundred followers about it. And we know what my platform is like. I'm pro-gay, I'm pro-trans, I'm pro-queer, I'm pro all that shit.
Yes.
I'm pro all that shit.
Yes.
Right, you know what I'm saying? I'm anti-cop, anti-ICE, all that. You know what I'm saying? I'm anti-Republican to my soul.
Yes.
So I don't even know why the fuck you think I'd like Dave Chappelle. When I criticized him and a bunch of people got mad, and I was like, but he said this, and that. People were like, no, he didn't. I'm like, here's a clip. And they're like, well, I didn't know he said that. And somebody in my comments was like, I think Dave Chappelle fans can only remember 3 things he's ever said.
They can.
It is the last special, I'm Rick James, bitch, and piss on you.
And piss, that's it.
It's piss on you, I'm Rick James, bitch. And those should be interchangeable with any other clip from the show that he may or may not have written by himself, because Paul Mooney carried a lot of weight.
He did.
If Paul
even when you watch Dave Chappelle deliver his jokes, you like, he's delivering them like he really was studying Paul Mooney.
Yeah, no, like, and you know, I don't, because I've gotten into it with people like this, where it's like, you can't discredit what Dave did compared to what Mooney did because you don't actually know. And I'm like, all right, fair. I don't know. But, like, I can hear things and compare them to where he was before Paul Mooney and where he is after.
Absolutely.
I can listen.
Absolutely.
I can listen and look at delivery. As somebody in the fucking craft who studies people, I can definitely do that.
Yes,
and I can make comparisons.
Yes,
and I can make inferences. And I will acknowledge out loud my inferences are not founded. I don't know how much work Paul Mooney did for that show, but I bet I could have a hit TV show if Paul Mooney wrote my shit for me too.
True. Real talk.
I bet that's not hard.
Talk,
I bet it's not hard. And you know,
and
it
also
is
like Neil Brennan, like things like
right. I'm just like, if I had
good.
a white man and one of the funniest black people to ever exist, and that's not me taking away from Paul Mooney's problematicism, his problematic goings on with Richard Pryor. I'm just talking history. Like I don't uphold these men on a pedestal. Like half of the people who I like and who I listen to are people I would absolutely swing on if I was in a room with them.
I know.
And I have no qualms about that contradiction.
No.
It's just like, no, like these niggas.
But that's something I do like with a
here.
person like Paul Mooney, though. Is that because like I've met Paul Mooney before, and something I do appreciate with a person like Paul Mooney is that Paul Mooney definitely showed that he wasn't getting butthurt the way like Chappelle would. Mm-hmm. He's one of those people who's like, hey, I know I'm about to say some problematic shit, but I'm about to say like times where, but I feel like he's down with a rebuttal. He's down with having a conversation. He also was a person where he's like, I'm just gonna say it as plainly as possible. Like you've seen times where you watch Paul Mooney do stand up and the audience will pull back when he'd be like, oh, that white, like point to a white woman and be like, yeah, somebody steal her. It's gonna be everybody named all the Amber Alerts. He's being honest. You know what I mean? I know that sometimes it's jarring to be pointed out and be like, hey, I'm Paul Mooney and I'm telling you got it better than I do. You got it better than that. If this black woman sitting next to you gets taken, nobody's gonna be coming after.
Ain't nobody alerting Amber.
Ain't
they
nobody
gonna tell Amber shit.
Yes.
Amber not gonna know what the fuck is going on. Amber gonna be knocked the fuck out.
And he wouldn't say it in a sweet way. He would say it just in this, you know what I mean? Yeah, exactly. He does feel like he's stabbing you at times, but at the same time, that makes sense. The amount of space he was pushed out of, all of that. He doesn't have any of that Dave Chappelle background about grew up around white people in the suburbs and shit like that. You know what I mean? And I'm gonna assume, Paul Mooney definitely, that was a black queer man. Like, you know what I mean? Like
Paul Mooney was zesty as hell. And people are gonna get mad at me, and anybody who gets mad at me about that could not knock me the fuck out. So I don't care. And you know, to bring that back, because I had this thought earlier about Dave Chappelle and how he becomes the talking point for a lot of black people. How a lot of people are like, Dave Chappelle is our voice. You can't be my voice if I'm smarter than you, and if you can't knock me the fuck out.
True.
And it has to be both of those.
And also,
because there are people who can knock me the fuck out who I'm smarter than, and there are people who can't knock me the fuck out who know more than me.
And when you prove that your circle is a small group of you and other black men your age.
Who would also, like, vote against other black people.
Yes.
Like, you cannot be my voice.
Yes.
If you would get rid of the affordable housing that would let me live near you.
You can't be my voice.
You can't do that. You can't fucking do that.
Which I've experienced, and I know you've experienced too. If men are coming up to you in the same way as Trump supporting men come up to other Trump supporting men and then say, hey man, don't you love how Dave Chappelle's telling it like it is about these trans people? And right there, let's take a pause right there. Mm-hmm. Because this is the reason why I always think that Chappelle is Huff as hell for all of his, like, for a lot of his new material.
Huff ass nigga.
He is.
Huff ass nigga.
Because that's, to me, the thing I think of to myself is that statistically, I think it's like, it's something crazy, some low. It's like something like 0.3% of people in America can acknowledge that they have a close friend or a person they're very close with that is like a trans person that's in their family that they're like, this is somebody I'm still tied to, I still support, I still love, all of that. That's the reason why I always think that it's so dangerous when a person like Chappelle will talk about, yeah, my trans friend would have loved me just telling these jokes, whereas we know statistically for trans women, like, I think like the mortality rate is like 35 years, something like 35, 37.
Yeah, like,
you
they are not making it to 40.
No,
more often
like
than not.
it's dangerous.
And
it's
how much
dangerous.
like partner violence, how much domestic violence, how much like how many of them are in the industry because other jobs will not hire them, and how clients will murder them.
Exactly.
Like they just.
I'll never forget him saying that bold-faced lie when Dave Chappelle said that fucking lie a couple specials ago, where he said, "I know niggas in the hood in Brooklyn that when the police come around, they throw on stiletto heels, and they like, what's good, nigga? Like, oh, you know, like they try to play that they're gay to get out of things." And I'm like, that makes no sense.
Also, Dave, you don't know niggas in the hood in Brooklyn. No, you don't.
You do not.
Because you have a joke about how when you were in the hood, you were uncomfortable in the back of a limo. So I know
That's
you don't
right.
know niggas in...
No.
Like, again, and you know, Dave Chappelle has talked about, like, his contradictions and how, like, a lot of goofies listen to him. And I'm just like, for me to like anything that Dave Chappelle made, I would have to forget what he said the last time he talked.
Yes.
And I'm not that fucking stupid.
No.
Like, and then he had the nerve to show up in this most recent special with a fucking Kaepernick shirt on. And I'm just like, shut your goofy ass up. Like Kaepernick would have never voted for Trump, told other people to vote for Trump, brought Elon Musk on the stage, told people not to boo him, told him that he was welcome here, despite the fact that that is a rich South African man whose family owned a fucking emerald mine, which is just slavery.
Come on.
This is a slave-owning man.
Yes.
Who's pretending that he's smart because he's in charge of a tech company that does the developing for him, and he just gets to sign the check. Put his name on it because he owns all the fucking patents. He's not developing the shit. Motherfucker can't talk. Elon Musk can't fucking talk.
He cannot.
His dumb ass cannot fucking talk. And
his body is weird.
Like Kaepernick,
I'm about body positivity, but that man buying all that shit.
That man looked like a frog with an eating disorder. He looked like he could rear, but he could bit, but he ain't got the chest to do both. He pisses me off.
He doesn't. I agree, man.
He looks like he's built to have a keel.
He does.
Like he should have a bone right here to support extra muscle so that he can fly.
Yes.
And he pisses me off.
He looks like he's built like a Kia Soul and not a Tesla. You know what I mean?
He built like a Kia Spirit.
He is like a Kia Forte.
He built like a Toyota Ghost.
He's built like a Hyundai Fiesta. He is crazy because like Colin Kaepernick, I've spent over an hour and a half talking to him, like literally just one-on-one like this, right?
Nice, such an interesting life.
But that's because of the fact that he's come and he's actually met up with organizing people in the city. He's a dude where he acknowledges raised by white people, did not get any learning, any education about civil rights or black history growing up. He fully accredits his black partner for putting him on to bell hooks, to all of this. You know what I mean? He hosts these know your rights events for young black people that are in sports and everything, teaches them about like contracts and how not to be screwed over and all these things like that. So you're absolutely right. It's like you wearing Colin Kaepernick will not stop the shots that we should be sending your way of, hey man, you need to check yourself on these things.
You know, like it's that basic associate. It's like the political parallel to Kanye going Christian after going pro-Nazi.
Yes.
Or any of those perverts that like do horrific shit and then start talking to Jesus.
Totally.
And it's just oh God, what is that dude? He's married to Katy Perry, that one comic. Russell Brand.
Russell Brand's married to Katy Perry?
I think he dated Katy Perry for a little bit. Or
He
was
did.
married to her.
I can't remember. Did he marry Katy Perry?
I think they were married for like a year.
Because I
maybe?
thought in my brain I'm thinking Katy Perry's with somebody right now.
She's with Justin Trudeau right now.
That's
but this
who it
was
is,
but this
yes.
was years ago.
Yes, I
we
do
would have
think
been in
that
high
Russell Brand-
school.
yes, I do
They
believe-
would have
yes.
been together / married for however long they were together. But like his creepy ass. Right, and how he's just like, I love the Lord, and da 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 da. And I'm like, one of your most famous specials is how a bunch of religious leaders are low-key pieces of shit. And out of doing the same shit you're in trouble for doing now.
That's right.
And now all of a sudden you love Christian Jesus, who you had all these criticisms for. Dave Chappelle doesn't want the affordable housing, is backing up a bunch of neo-Nazis, was telling you to vote for them, was openly endorsing them, and then started criticizing them once they gained power.
Went and performed at the Riot Festival for no other reason other than a flex.
Right.
Never needed the money. Mm-hmm. I'm sure Jim Gaffigan was called to go do that.
Yeah.
Jim Gaffigan said,
"Oh yeah, when they were in Riyadh,
I'm sure he's like, man, I like my kids and I like my wife. I could chill.
Yeah.
I come out with specials every year. I don't need that.
Yeah,
like that's just ridiculous to think about that. He, Aziz Ansari, Kevin Hart. I understand comedians, and I'm just be real. I don't like that any of these comedians with the Riot Fest. I understand you're a comedian that needs that money. You're a comedian. You're like, bro, I'm touring my ass off, but like, I gotta grind.
Aziz Ansari ain't getting work. Don't nobody want to be alone in a room with him.
No,
like
but at the same time, his residuals from Parks and Rec and shit like that should be more than enough to keep him comfortable.
I mean,
from what's it called? From Master of None, should be good to keep him comfortable. No reason to go out there.
Yeah, no, like literally get a 1 to 2 bedroom apartment and shut the fuck up.
Shut the fuck
you
up.
You do not need a mansion. You do not need the money. Like you do not need the fucking.
I love
like,
at the Golden Globes what Wanda Sykes said about Kevin Hart. She said, Kevin, you out of this category of stand-up comedians that's being nominated tonight. You have more money than all of them, and you're the one that wants this award the most.
Damn.
and he was like, and he was laughing. He was like, yeah, you're right. And it's crazy because what you realize is that she's illuminating what is too much. Mm-hmm. When is it enough? Just as you're saying. When is it enough? Why don't you just have a 2-bedroom?
Why don't you just have...
That's Huff as hell.
That's why whenever I talk about my Patreon and people get mad at me about talking about donations, and one of it is I'm direct and I'm a little bit mean. Because I'll be like, hey, can y'all donate? Somebody will cuss me out and I'll be like, your mama ugly, your baby mama ugly, your baby gonna be ugly.
But you know what
like
that
y'all.
is?
Like,
but that's because of the fact that we're so used to seeing content for free.
Yeah, no, like the idea, and here's the thing, the content's out.
Yes.
You're not seeing it. I'm just saying I need to pay rent if you want to keep seeing more.
Come on, please.
That's it. That's all. But like I look at that and people will be like, you're greedy. And I'm like, no, I want to pay rent.
That's it.
Kevin Hart's greedy.
Completely.
That millionaire who wants more is greedy.
That's right.
I want minimum wage for making 7 million people laugh this year.
Exactly.
Like that for this month. Even.
Yes.
Like I'm looking at 5 million this month right now.
Exactly.
That's it. I just want minimum wage.
That's it.
The amount of fucking greed. While I'm at the bottom fighting for minimum wage and I can write circles around half these niggas because I'm funny every fucking day.
Come on.
Fuck out of my face. Like these niggas they piss me the fuck off. They irk the fuck out of me. And it bothers me so much with this greed, with the Riyadh shit, with Dave Chappelle's goof ass, and with all of it. It just, how much is enough? And do you think I'm fucking stupid? And this is something FD Signifier brought up. Yeah. Like, he thinks his fans are stupid. Like, you wore Colin Kaepernick, a motherfucker whose politics do not align with yours, and who would probably fucking tackle you if he heard you say some out-of-pocket shit. Like, if there was no cameras, that nigga would knock you on his.
But
on
isn't
your
that
ass.
crazy? But let's talk about that. Isn't that just as you said? Is that deity worshiping thing? It's like, when are you able? I guess it's the kind of Jesus effect of it. When are you able to say, "Hey, I got some criticisms"? Mm-hmm. You know what I mean? Because just like that with Colin Kaepernick, it's sad to say that I think that Dave Chappelle could say some foul shit and nobody would smack him. I mean, like that's the thing that was amazing when it came to Will Smith and Chris Rock. What we saw was Will Smith react to 20 years of Chris Rock saying, "Hey, man, your wife really shouldn't be around." I don't get it.
Like, I hate your wife.
I hate your wife. And she fucked Tupac. She fucked Tupac.
Your wife and Tupac have matching haircuts.
That's
blah, blah,
it.
blah. Ha, 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 ha.
That's it.
And Will smacked him once. Once. After 20 years of both playing with his wife.
Yes.
You couldn't play with one of my exes who I'm still cool with in front of me for 5 minutes.
I agree.
Because I'm friends with a lot of my exes. I'm still cool with a lot of them.
Yeah.
You couldn't play with the ones I didn't like that.
True.
I don't even play with the ones I don't like.
No.
Like that. You couldn't play with nobody I've been around like that for 5 minutes in front of me without me moving one of your molars out of place.
That's right. Come on.
Chris got slapped after 20 years. Will Smith still can't get a movie.
That's right.
Will Smith got what, concussion after that, or was that before?
No, that was before.
That was before.
I think Proclamation right after that. The one where he was like doing the voice, and he was like, "I'm going to come back. Lincoln needs me." You know that.
Yeah,
way?
no, like that shit. He can't get shit because he slapped. And y'all love black on black crime anyway. Like I even remember Zoe Kravitz goof at. Why? How the fuck did that happen?
I remember that.
And I don't, and you know me, I don't be beefing with mixed people like that. But there's something about having one black parent with a white mom, another black parent with a white mom, both of them being half black, which means you have one parent who's white and one parent who's black. If we do the math, which means Zoe Kravitz is just a beige woman with a white mom.
Yeah.
For all intents and purposes, you got a half and a half, and she act like
she's a khaki fit.
Yeah,
yeah.
And she act like it. She's like, apparently we go to the award shows and people slap each other, and I'm like, you are sitting in a room full of at least.
Yes, you are sitting right next to them.
We're gonna have to edit that word out.
Yes.
Kai, I'm sorry. But like you're sitting in a room full of like at least 5 predators and you're mad that Will smacked a man?
You are.
Shut the fuck up. Like I'm so sick of
sense. Judd Apatow and them talking about, I would have sued Will Smith for $50 million if he had slapped me. I'm like, that shit
I would never
crazy.
admit to being a bitch like that. If you would hit me in a physical space when I am 6'5", I would have told someone.
It's disgusting.
Bitch ass up.
But that goes back to Chappelle.
Shut up. Like we need hypermasculinity bad, right?
Yes.
But like, can we bring back hands?
Can we bring back hands?
Can we bring back hands?
That's the thing that kills me is that we make, UFC, $1 billion industry, ran by Trump supporters. And we don't want to see that kind of violence at our awards show. When that's just between 2 grown-ass adult men. And let's also be honest, Will Smith, Oscar-winning moment for that smack. And when he sat back down and everything, he said, I've never ever seen a person doing that on live TV, thousands of people in the fucking space. You even got seat fillers. You got people that ain't even, I'm sitting next to Meryl Streep because I'm just supposed to fill this seat to look like it's filled. And they're sitting there like, whoa. Somebody that's more famous than everybody. I mean, Will's more famous than Chris Rock. He's more famous than everybody in the fucking room. I mean, the fact that you saw people go quiet. Mm-hmm. You didn't see people tap him on the shoulder. Only conversation we know that Will Smith had after that was with Denzel Washington off to the side, off the stage. Mm-hmm. He still won an Oscar that night. I just gotta say, that shows some real goat shit right
Slapping
there.
somebody and then winning an Oscar and going home while going, I don't have to work anymore. And that's why, Will Smith, if you see this, I need you to hear me. You don't have to make music anymore.
Do not have to make music.
Will
at all.
Will
at
Will
all.
Kai, you can make noise. You're safe here.
You do not have to make music anymore.
I would, Kai, you can laugh. It's
Didn't
okay.
he do that song with Kirk Franklin? Was that the one that he aired out?
If he did, nobody asked for it, and I'm glad I don't know what it is. And don't tell me and don't send it to me. When I don't like somebody's art, I don't know who they are and I don't hear from them. Will Smith, we don't need any more music from you.
No more freestyle.
I love you so much.
So much.
I wish you would stop playing cops.
Yes.
I wish you would stop being. There are black people who call the police thinking the police are going to help them because they think they're getting you.
Yeah.
And they're not getting
Bright
you.
was horrible.
Bright
was horrible.
Dark.
Fairy Lives Don't Matter Today should have made you go, this is not for me. And you should have sat down.
Yes.
And I'm so upset with you about that. But I'm happy you slapped Chris.
It is insane.
And I need you to stop making music. Please don't make any more music.
One of you are excellent in so many different ways. Great inspiration to all of us. Helps, but Jesus Christ. Probably the worst at picking films.
Yeah.
Probably the worst at picking films.
The only time I want to see him is if we get a sequel, not a cycle.
No.
A sequel to iRobot.
Yes.
I would watch We Robot or Us Robot.
Yes. They Robot.
They
non-binary robot.
Y'all Robot.
Yes.
All y'all Robot. I'll be down.
Love.
But like if you
like Rami Malek in it too. You know what I mean? But like
Rami Malek in a Nintendo DS.
Yes.
Oh my goodness.
No, you're right.
Oh,
you're right.
No more making music.
But bringing it back to Chappelle and getting some closing things in here is that I think that Chappelle is Huff right now.
Huff as hell. Ben Huff.
Because I understand. I do believe in freedom of speech. Yes, go ahead, do what you're gonna do. But at the same time, I do think that it's dangerous when, as Black people, we are not aligning our struggles as straight Black people with the struggles of queer Black people, and understanding that if they ain't free, none of us are free, and not being able to just make that distinction, not being able to just stamp that in your stand-up, and then keep it pushing. I don't understand why. I felt like we were progressing well. And of course, I am not a trans person, but I do feel that conversation or the understanding of trans people and always being in history forever through all, like, you go into indigenous history, you go back in Africa, like trans people have always existed.
They have always been.
This is not, trans people are not the new topic, or not some people that came out of the fucking ground, due to their being lead in the soil.
Right.
Trans people have always been here, and trans lives have always mattered in terms of, what I mean is in terms of the people who actually care about human life. But it just disgusts me, the fact that it's like, I am going to come back out of retirement to create a scapegoat. When we live in a time with Trump, we live in a time with police brutality, and I don't understand how in the hell your main source of material is about a group of people who do not affect your life one bit.
Right, less than 5% of the population.
Less than 5%
of the U.S. population by my last reading of it.
Yes.
It bothers me so, and I'm glad you brought up trans people always existing, and how if they're not free, none of us are free. Because I posted a clip of us where I was talking about, like, people will bring their homophobia and their transphobia to me, and I'm like, one, you don't know my sexuality.
No.
You might know 2 people I've been around and 2 people I've been with. You don't know my sexuality. You're making a lot of assumptions. I know I come off real broy, but let's be real. If I'm not getting down with you, you don't know how I'm getting down. Yeah. So you can never assume, and you should never assume. No. 2, I like trans people. Trans people are some of my favorite people, and not in like a fetishizing way, but in that's who most of my community is. Yeah. You are one of the only cis friends I have, and so many people like you, Kai, and like 4 to 5 other people are some of the only cis friends I have. I have been upheld by, saved by, supported by trans people, specifically Black trans people. That's that, because that's who's doing most of the revolutionary work. As a Black man who has a felony for fighting cops, and I think Mouse said this, I can't be at no protest because I got issues with the cops, right? Bro said this years ago. That is now my lived experience. Yeah. I can't be out supporting my people the way I can now. I have to make content about it. I have to bring awareness. I have to spread ideology through the work that I do.
That's right.
Because that's who's out fighting for me. I'm not going to step on the people who are fighting for me. So for the people in the comments when I posted that clip, a lot of them were like, just come out of the closet, bro. Just do this, just do that. What's wrong with you? This is the biggest BS I've ever heard. I'm like, you don't understand how much you need trans people to be okay. That's just right. For you to be able to vote.
That's right.
And for you to sit here and beef with them.
That's right.
And you can't name 2 trans people, let alone one that's hurt you.
For real. For real. You can't even name a trans barber that gave you a bad line.
Right. Like, you can't name.
You can't even be like, man, my trans barber, horrible at taste.
Because the trans people are not the uncles who are freaking out your cousins at the damn family reunion. No. That's not who's doing it. You got some creepy uncles, and they are cis men who are acting like the other cis men in your family.
That's right.
Right. You know what I'm saying?
That's right.
And that's not to say that any particular community is inherently devoid of doing any sort of harm. Yes. But if we are talking about numbers,
that's right.
Likelihood and access to privilege. Yes. Conversations need to be had.
Yes, they do.
And like, you don't need to be talking to trans people. You might need to talk to your homeboy.
That's hot. That's real.
Like that's a conversation that you need to be having.
That's real, man. So instead of villainizing so-called cancel culture, which is truly, let's call it what it is, in the true sense, it is accountability culture. We should be living in a time where it's accountability, because it's just like we talked about Chicago, the musical, right? In Chicago, the musical, you have the 2 lead women in there have killed a man that fucked them over.
He had it coming.
And you think to yourself, that's 1927 when that silent film first came out. 1975 when they did the Broadway musical and blew up. And you think that we're in 2026 right now. It's still for a woman to say, oh man, you know, like Diddy assaulted me, anything like that, that it's still this whole thing of, man, you throwing these black men under the bus, you're throwing these men under the bus. Everybody wants to throw these men under. What is that?
And then these niggas came out of the woodwork to pretend they like Diddy's music, just like they did with Tory Lanez. I will not sit here and pretend I like Tory Lanez.
No.
Because I would rather a black woman be harmed. Y'all hate black women so much, you would pretend to like Tory Lanez.
And so what? If Meg Thee Stallion had a relationship with this man, she did not deserve to be shot.
Right, and apparently that's not even true.
Yes.
Apparently, and I'm like, hey, I don't know if y'all know this. Men fucking you doesn't mean they get to abuse you.
No.
Men having badges doesn't mean they get to shoot you when you're unarmed. Or armed, or breaking the law, or not, because they're not judge, jury, and executioner. People having some sort of relationship to power or to you directly does not mean they could do whatever the fuck they want to do. I saw a video of Diddy dragging Cassie by her hair because he wasn't. We're going to have to cut that word out.
Yes.
He wasn't done assaulting her yet. He just wasn't done. He's like, no, get back in here because I'm not finished with you.
Exactly.
That was enough.
And bought the tape from security for $50,000 and kept it. Think about that. Security of a hotel. Sold this to you for $50,000. That all of that Huff shit, all of that is literally just saying, well, woman, I don't care who the hell you are. This man has power. This is a man. I'm always gonna trust him. I got you.
Right, like I saw him on camera dragging a woman by her hair while hitting her in the face, saying, get back in this room, I'm not done with you yet, because she tried to run from him. That's it. That's it. I'm done. I'm tired of pretending to like people that I don't like because y'all are so afraid of black men. As a black man who's been to jail.
Come on.
As a black man who's been locked up before. Fuck some of these niggas. Especially because if I found out you did that and you was in jail with me, we would have jumped you anyway.
Yes.
How do the felons have better morals than you?
Yes. Yes.
Fuck is y'all on?
Yes.
I
agree.
So it irks me. Fuck Dave Chappelle, because I know that's what we're going back to. Dave Chappelle is Huff, and we need to bring it back. I'm tired of Dave Chappelle's bitch ass.
I am, and I'm tired of him being the whatchamacallit, the shit. You could say even the judge, jury, and executioner for everything that has to deal with blackness and with just culture in general. It is weird as hell that we look at this one guy, one older dude, and we say, yeah, that's the guy right there that expresses what I believe deep inside of myself.
Literally that. And I think Dave Chappelle also rides the coattails, and we're going to wrap it up here. He rides the coattails of that gifted kid syndrome of you were ahead of your grade level. You were reading at an 11th grade level.
Yes.
When you were in the 7th grade. But in your 40s, that's not good enough. And
that's
you
right.
stopped there.
And he's also a comedian that never had to work the chitlin circuit. He's a black comedian that all of his peers are Sarah Silverman, Patton Oswalt, Bill Burr. He's in that circle as being, just as you're saying, not only the accelerated student, he's also I'm the good black.
I'm the good black. I'm the respectable black. So he built an entire career being a respectable and safe black while criticizing what it means to be a safe black while selling performative blackness back to us.
That's it.
In ways that he's never had to live. I never want to hear a peanut butter and crack sandwich joke from him again because it's abundantly clear to me based on his own understanding of his lived experience and what he said out loud that he's never had to live that anyway.
No.
I'm tired of performative blackness from people who would have been afraid to travel through Inglewood when we were all teenagers.
You ain't lying.
I'm over it.
I'm tired of it.
I'm over it. I'm over it with him and his weak ass fit. So to close it up, Golden Globes, Huff.
Chappelle Huff. Actually, now let's just go real quick, rapid fire round. Hot or Huff things that people try to beat out of children or try to get out of children. Because on Hot or Huff show, we believe that we always should keep the artist child alive. That is always a huge part of this. Is that we always want to come from a place of play, a place of freedom, a place of liberation, a place of abundance. We're always pulling from abundance. So what do you think are some things, just like you hung out your godson yesterday, what are some things that people are you think that are like the Hot or Huff things that children are up against?
Word. So, nephew godson in the room playing the game, right? Talking to his friends while playing the game.
Nothing wrong with that.
They're keeping up some noise.
Yeah.
But It's not bedtime yet, and he's in his room. He's not hurting nobody. His room ain't a mess. He did all his homework. He done got in the tub, got clean. He's winding down for bed, and it's not the point in the building where people have to stop making noise. I'm like, hey, did you brush your teeth yet? He's like, no, I should do that now. And then he gets up and he does it. I'm like, cool, good job, dude. And then he goes back to playing the game. And then when I go to check on him, he's like, I'm getting ready for bed now because I know I got to be up in the morning. I'm like, you're doing a great job. I'm very proud of you.
Yes.
In my household, I would have gotten cussed out for just making noise in my room, despite the fact that I have a door, it's closed, and I'm not bothering nobody. Especially when all my stuff was done. And I was an honor roll student the entire time I was in school, right? I think something that we take from children is their joy.
We do.
We do not allow children the space. And I'm hearing...
Shoot, don't allow them to express themselves.
Don't let them express themselves. And his ability to express himself, to articulate, to own his responsibilities, to apologize, to self-correct. Because he gets opportunities to self-correct so that he doesn't end up in trouble. He's like, like somebody will be like, hey, you supposed to be doing that? He's like, you know what? You're right. I should stop. I apologize. And then he'll correct himself. And it's like, cool. I'm not going to sit here and scream at him.
No.
He corrected himself.
Yes.
Also, that's not the type of adult I want to be in a child's life.
No, I agree.
Right, you know what I'm saying? Like, if he can look at his own behavior and go, you know what, this is where I went wrong and I would like to correct that, that lets me know that his parents are doing an amazing job with him.
Yes.
That they're not doing that to him.
That's
and
right.
that I don't want to do that to him.
That's right.
Because he's able to communicate with me healthily, have conversations. There are times where he was talking to me and he had better ideas than I did on how the day's routine should go, and he was absolutely correct. True. Because he understands how his house works better than me. He's the one that lives there. And he was right.
That's real.
And I'm glad that he felt safe enough to express himself to me directly in a calm and collected manner, so that we could communicate, so that we can keep him on routine, keep him going to school, and keep him taken care of while I was watching him. Being in his life has enriched me because it is showing me the ways in which I want to show up better as an adult in any young person's life. Right. While also showing me that the kids are all right.
That's right.
But we would take that from children. I know my parents would have taken that from me.
Yeah, absolutely.
I would have had to be quiet as a church mouse in my room. That's in my house.
So Huff. And I feel like that must be coming from some slavery.
Mm-hmm. Don't make noise.
Don't make noise.
Don't let master see you laughing.
That's right.
Seeing that Negro spiritual do that work and shut up.
That's right.
And that is never how I want any child in my vicinity to feel.
That's right.
If a kid does not feel safe when I'm in the room, I have failed as an adult.
Yes.
That's how I feel. And I take that very seriously.
Yes.
If there's a kid in the room, if there's somebody under the age of 22 in a room, and they don't feel safe that I'm in that room with them, I have failed.
That's tough as hell. Yeah, I agree.
I have failed.
I think also the staying in a child's place is tough as hell.
Yeah.
Like staying in a child's place is tough as hell. Some I think that is hot as ever is always that, at times when kids, the fact that kids will go to a water park. Always think that is cool. Always think that's some hot shit. Because that is something that's taken out of you when you're an adult. Mm-hmm. There's a lot of adults I ain't getting that piss water. I ain't getting that
dirty water. I don't want to get up. I don't want to
do a slip and slide. And I'm like, adults should, what if our happy hours from work on a hot day where I'm about to go do slip and slide?
That sounds amazing. Imagine how much healthier we would be if our happy hour was not to sit down and engage in alcoholism casually.
For real.
Let's go do a fun activity.
Let's go do a fun
people that is, and I'm not I need to push fitness on people. No. If you like sitting down, you like sitting down. But for one of my older brothers, his happy hour is he get on the game, he play Fortnite as soon as he get home from work.
Wow.
He pour up his little drink. He go to the gym. He come home from the gym. He turn on his Fortnite. He pour himself a little drink. He playing Fortnite with the guys.
Wow.
Me, I'm playing Pokemon and Monster Hunter with my friends. After I work out. That's my decompression. After a long day of making content, editing, all this other stuff, working on the music I'm working on.
Exactly.
I come home and I'm like, I'm finna play Monster Hunter and Pokemon with the guys. That's how I decompress.
That's real.
So we have taken fun from so many adults.
Yes, we have.
And now these niggas with no whimsy are trying to vote the whimsy away.
Whimsy. Taking the whimsy out of the kids.
Taking the whimsy out of the kids.
As hell.
We making some of the worst adults possible.
You ain't lying.
By just eliminating whimsy from their lives.
Yes.
Yes. Look at how so many of us decorate our homes. Your home. This is a
whimsy.
Home.
It's whimsy.
There's color. There's reading. But there's also music. There's movies. There's so much going on. I love that we record in your home. Yes. You have such a beautiful home.
Thank you.
There's whimsy.
I also think that something that's hot as ever that kids will do is that kids, especially now, will challenge. Will go on their own YouTube channel and will challenge things that are being done. in our culture.
That's another clip that people got mad at when I said I don't whoop kids. Because I'm like, it's important that children know how to talk back in a way that's like calm and collected and not overtly disrespectful.
That's right.
Because that's how you negotiate a salary.
That's
right. How you negotiate a raise.
Yes.
That's how you keep from getting fired unfairly.
Yes.
That's how you challenge authority. That's how you keep laws from getting passed that take your rights away. Your comfort with challenging authority at home will set the pace for your comfort to challenging authority.
It helps
as
you
an
with
adult.
selecting, like making sure the insurance companies are fucking you over.
Right. And a lot of people in the comments are like, oh, that's the dumbest thing I've ever heard. I hit kids, da-da-da-da-da. You had no discipline. I'm like, I didn't say no discipline.
No.
Y'all think gentle parenting means devoid of discipline because you've mistaken it for neglectful parenting.
Exactly.
I can be gentle and have rules. I can be gentle and have standards. I can be gentle and have boundaries. I can be gentle and enforce those boundaries. I will enforce a boundary, never raise my voice, and you will still have to take that TV out your room.
That's it. That's
and
it.
You still won't get it back.
That's how it is.
And you still won't get it back for 5 days.
That's right.
Or until I see change behavior. And honestly, if I see change behavior, if you like address that, you might get it back early.
I love that.
You might get it back. And I'm not one of those like Friday people, I mean Saturday midnight. I'm like, no, you might go to school and it's gone. And when you come home from school, it's back because I said it Friday.
Yes.
And I did. Because discipline also requires you having the discipline to know that you're not overreacting and you're not projecting.
No, you're right.
Because I've had to deal with children where I'm like, this is a 4 out of a 10 that I'm making a 10 because I'm angry, because I had a hard day.
Yes.
I'm going to go wash my face, breathe, and then come back and have a conversation with you about how maybe you need to shift what you're doing, but also apologize because I was about to raise my voice and I realized that was me.
That's right.
And you didn't do anything. You might have done something a little wrong that was a natural progression of something that was okay, and you didn't know where the line was because you're 8.
Yes.
And I'm not going to flip on you.
No.
Because that means I lack discipline. And if you do not have discipline, you shouldn't be administering discipline.
Yes.
We do not treat children like people who are going to be voting and building the future that I'm going to have to, because I'm 30, right? And I ain't got the cartilage that I had 3 years ago, right? And I already wear glasses. I have physical disabilities and I'm on my way to being more disabled. Why would I make children that 1, hate me and that 2, are angry and less sympathetic because that's how I dealt with them?
That's true.
Why would I do that?
That's real.
I'm going to let the kids talk back a little bit. I'm going to be like, all right, that was a little bit out of pocket. And
let
there's a way.
Let the kids talk.
Like, hey, is there a way that you can phrase that in a way that doesn't directly offend me and infuriate me? Because I'm not going to swing on you. That's not who I am.
No.
But if you said that to your boss, even if you was right, you would have gotten fired. And you need to live in a world where you will have to work for your money until we figure out a universal basic income, which I hope you have. I want your life to be better than the one I have. That's literally the point. Is there a way that we can reframe this so that I don't feel upset, so that I can hear you, so that we can work on this because I love you and I want us to succeed?
That's real.
You're in this family. I want us to do good.
That's real.
And what's having closing remarks for our audience?
Yeah, I you know what? Thank you all so much for tuning in to the Max and Mo How to Huff show. Please add in the comments some things that you feel are how to huff and that you would like for us to talk about. Yes, and also invite us to your city to come and interview people right on the street and figure out what is how to huff.
I'm still on probation. Don't invite me yet.
Yes, don't invite him yet.
I can't go nowhere.
He'll zoom in. I'll be there. Yes.
Yeah, no, I'm out here summoning frogs. Give
That's
me 3 episodes and a flashback about my dad.
Yes.
Nah, but all the real though, I'm happy you all are here. I'm so thankful for you. Even if we don't agree, we can always talk about it. So hit them comments up. Let me know what you think, what you don't think. I love you.
Shout out to Kai behind the camera.
Shout out to Kai. Kai, you want to get on the camera? You don't have to if you don't want to, but you have the option if you want to. That's real. That's real. We'll shut up. I'll shut up soon then. Thank you so much. Love y'all. Peace out. Peace. And come back for the next episode.
I want me wine and don't taste the same when you're trying to die. Same when you're trying to die.